Good morning, everyone. This is Patrick from the Master Knife Shop visiting you. We're going to do another review today, and instead of doing a knife, I'm going to do a hatchet, a Winkler product. We do carry a full line of Winkler knives and axes. Today, we're going to take a look at something new we picked up. This is the Highland Hatchet. So for our shop, this is going to be replacing the camp axe we always carried. A lot of you do know about Daniel Winkler, but just a quick review of who and what. He started hand forging back in 1988. And when he was working as getting his blacksmithing, licensing, and so on, that was his forte. In 2006, he started doing production, still hand making, but production for more retail processing. And so here we are today with so many great products, and people just love his work. So let's take a look at the thing we're going to look at today, which is a new Highland Hatchet. This particular one is reminiscent of stuff he did when he was hand forging. This is one of the first type of hatchets he built. It is built for the wilderness enthusiast. It does have a quick draw sheath on it. So let's take a look at that real quick and then we'll bring out the axe. This was originally done kind of a military spec thing for a quick draw. This is a bungee cord. Pop that down and you pull out the bottom. Super fast. If it's hanging on your hip, you just drop it straight down. And it's really nice to pop it back in. Right inside the heel first. Back inside. Bungee cord around, and you are back in business, hanging on your hip. So really cool design. Let's pop that out and take a look at the hatchet itself. Everything else that Daniel does and his crew does is just pristine looking. All the lines are great. This is originally cut out with stock removal as opposed to hand forging. On this particular, I think pretty much every axe we've got from him and every axe they do, it is a full tang. The full tang has got some really cool benefits to it. And the first thing to remember about full tang is it can be a bit heavy. Well, what Daniel does is inside, underneath this, it's skeletonized. That means they've taken a little bit of the steel out, keep it light, but still keep the strength within here. So it is a skeletonized full tang. Underneath the wood, there'll be some hole areas. Now, comparatively to your everyday axes and hatchets, you don't have to worry about the wedges on the top and the spline. You don't have to worry about the handle snapping off. You don't have to worry about the head flying off when it gets old. This is one solid piece of steel, and this is just going to put up years and years and years of work and abuse, even for anybody that spends a lot of time in the outdoors. Everybody that's owned a hatchet or axe that has a regular wooden handle and a head with the wedges in the top, eventually they just come loose. Eventually something happens and it'll snap off or it'll come off. You'll have to re-wedge it. So this will never have that happen. So really cool feature about this type of axe with the full tang. And again, lightweight because of the skeletonized tang underneath the handle wood. Really nice. This particular one you'll notice is a slight taper at the back end. It gives you a little more balance, a little more top heavy at this end for your chopping. This is really, really pretty piece. It is for the wilderness enthusiasts. This is for hunters, campers, hikers. Lightweight enough to really pack it out and not worry. We'll get into those specs a little bit later. The handle on this is curly maple. Really beautiful. Every piece we get from them, it seems like they've got some beautiful woodwork to go with the knives and the hatchets and axes that we get from them. They're more of a hammer pole head as opposed to on the Wild Bill, there's the spike in the back end, or a tapered back end for the stealth axe. This is more camp style. This is more hunting, hiking, used around a campsite. Really built specifically for that reason. The finish on this is the Caswell finish. He does that in every single piece that he builds, and that's just to give it some protection from the elements. It is 80 CRV2 steel, which again, we'll get into that, but that's really high carbon. This helps protect it from the elements. Also, anybody that doesn't want anything reflecting when you're out in the woods, that's going to help with that also. So really beautiful piece. Now remember, everybody, the specs, the pricing, links to purchase this are always going to be in the description down below. So hang with me and you can get to that. As far as the weight goes, this is 1 pound, 4.5 ounces. And honestly, for something you can pack out, it doesn't feel that way. The balance and feel of this is really, really nice. It's really lightweight, but it does have this nice back end on the handle here. That's going to hang on and you can really swing this. Now on the campsite, you're not looking at large logs or anything. You are going to be looking at light firewood, kindling, such like that. So it's not really built for heavy duty stuff, but it is a perfect campsite hatchet. As far as length goes, let's take a look. Right at 11 inches is going to be your full size there. It's right at 11, which perfect size for anybody that's going to camp, pack out. Head size, pretty nice working area, almost full 5 inches to give you plenty of weight. Thickness, that's what he's proud of. This is giving you lots of strength. 3/8 of an inch as far as your thickness here. that's plenty of strength for what you're going to be working with. It is 80 CRV2 steel. That is a high carbon German steel. Let's take a look at our steel chart and see how that looks. One of the things you trade off in this for such a high carbon steel is your edge retention. 80 CRV2 here, that's your edge retention chart here. You don't have a lot, but you're not out there for slicing and dicing. You're out there for chopping. So keep that in mind. It's going to have a wider bevel, and it's not expected to have that much of edge retention. It's a splitting axe as opposed to, say, a slicing axe. Where you do make up for it is this is our toughness chart with the Rockwell scale, and it's just phenomenal. Toughness for this particular axe is just awesome, and that's really what this is about. Take it out in the woods, work it to death, and it hangs in there. You do have to be cautious, as you can see by the corrosion resistance on this particular type of steel. When you're done using it, you give it a wipe down. When you're done ready to store it, you're going to go ahead and wipe it down with a little gun oil or something similar that's a very lightweight oil on a rag. Just give the blade a little wipe down, and that way you're going to go ahead and protect this head. It's really paramount. We've had a few people that didn't do that. They came back into the knife shop and say, hey, what's with this? And we talked to them like, did you protect that when you stored it away? Well, I don't know. And it's really important for this type of steel, 80 CRV2 and probably any type of high carbon steel. Put a little moisture on there. I mean, a little moisture, I'm sorry. Don't get any moisture on there. Get some oil on there and protect your product. Now, this is going to be online and in the stores. For the knife shop. Current retail for this is $550. Seems like a lot, but let me tell you, if you're a Winkler fan, if you're a person that spends a lot of time and you're a wilderness enthusiast, this is a great piece to have. You can't go wrong. So that's it for now for the Highland Hatchet from Winkler Knives. Hope this info was helpful. And before you guys go, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the new content we've got coming out. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.